I want to tell you about my day at Walmart. Now, Walmart's about, I don't know, less than a quarter mile from my house, but I never go there. But today I had to, and I'm going to tell you about the experience. But first, I want to mention, remember Dana Carvey, George Bush imitation? Not going to do it, not going to do it, wouldn't be prudent. That's how I feel about neuro linguistic programming. Oh, I said that right. For the last time, I have to say that because I feel it's not really benefiting anybody. I know the idea of it. I don't really need to read it. I will. But for you guys, I don't think it's really benefiting anybody. I think the one light that I asked for was my friend Trent. But he's incognito now, so we can't ask him. So let's move on. My day at Walmart. Old people like to use the phone. And I'm going to, talking to the old people here, learn to go online and do this another way because they don't accommodate us. They give us a virtual assistant. I'm going to tell you this. If you do want to continue to use the phone, join me in my fight against the robots because today I told customer service, I don't like it. It scares me. And, so if all of you call and, fight back, as long as they don't come back and because they got it all on record and they're going to get us. But let's move on, Pinky. We're going to talk about my day at Walmart. I had interesting time because picking up a money order, one of the three companies that does it through Walmart, I wasn't sure of the policy if I needed a receipt because I don't have a printer. So this is about the phone. I wasted about a half hour at least on the phone trying to answer this question. Finally find the answer, went down, kind of interesting. I'll make it a quick story. Now, I'm not your normal customer in public. I don't like to wait in line, so I'll tell you detail by detail. I have a friend that does this too, gives you every detail. So it's the little corral thing that I'm like, there's three people ahead of me. Oh, I'm like a rat in a maze. Nobody's paying attention. So I go behind a lovely sister with colored hair and another person, and they're facing the correct way, and I'm the last person in line. So I like to people watch. So I look people in the eye and talk to them and whatever. I just remember one like, sorry, sorry, lady. She was funny. Sorry again. So anyway, then another lady shows up, and I have to, of course, maintain my place in line. So I tell her, that's that. So now, cut to the chase when I get to the front of the line. First of all, the girl doesn't have her name tag on correctly, so that throws me off. It doesn't throw me off, but I notice things. I notice everything. So first of all, I can't tell you your name. She flips it around. I forget the name. Maybe I'll remember. I cut another video. I didn't remember. Maybe I will this time. Probably not. Anyway, it goes like this. First, she asked who sent the money. That's fine. Well, she didn't really comprehend, so I'm like, she's chuckling a little bit because she had seen me, lingering and probably see me in the corner. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, she is kind of chuckling. She was chuckling as we went on, and as you can see here. So first of all, the name, that's fine. Give her the name, but it doesn't it didn't sound like the right name. So finally, we got it. Okay, we got the name right. How much? Well. What if I didn't know the amount? Because we were talking, I think, different amounts and settled on 200. So I said, well, 200, so that's fine. Now the third question, and apparently this is how they, determine if you're okay to pick up the money. Ask you three questions. It's at the clerk's discretion. I found out because the last question, why do you need the money? So this is the point where I'm like, that's an intrusive question, and I turn around, I look at the camera in Walmart, and I'm like, I'm the guy that talked to you on the phone today. I'm like, and she was chuckling at this point, and I can't remember her name. But, so that's the story. So I did get the money, and that's the deal. If you do, I forget, MoneyGram is it? If you have to pick up from MoneyGram, make sure you know the sender's name. I'm sure you'll know your sender's name. Make sure you know the amount. You'll probably know that. But if they ask you the intrusive question of why you need the money, apparently because I need it works. All right, moving on to music. Now I cut a video earlier that I talked a little bit about Frank Zappa and his guitar playing. If I release it, you'll get to hear about that. If I don't and you want to hear about that, leave a comment. We'll talk about Frank's guitar playing. But I'll just leave you with the three songs I'm listening to mostly these days. I mean, I listen to other stuff, but I'm kind of obsessed on three songs. Land of Confusion, Genesis. Talk about it really quickly. The video version is really annoying. There's a mix that the bass and something's going on there. It's kind of, but I recommend listening to the remaster. The first remaster, I haven't noticed the difference. I usually don't notice the difference. So listening to that, I'm also listening to David Bowie, I'm Afraid of Americans, and Ship Arriving Too Late to Save a Drowning Witch by Frank Zappa. Now that's off the Studio 10 album. And that's not the song that made me cry. After that, I listened to Redunzel, is that how you pronounce it? And it made me cry because Frank was speaking to me, and it was a great solo, and I'm going to leave it at that. Listen to the song. The solo was what made me cry because I felt like he was speaking to me. And if you want to hear the lowdown on Zappa as a guitar player, now I did perform as Frank Zappa as a singer and guitar player. Didn't really quite have the Zappa. I think Dweezil has it pretty good. You can go listen to it. Bun Zappa. It's on YouTube, and let me know in a comment. I don't think that's going to happen. Not a lot of people listen to the Zappa. Anyway, let's move on. Is there another song? Pinky. What was the other? We're going to talk about Pinky's mom, Patricia Bunza. Now, the first video I cut, I wound up crying. I'm not going to cry, but this time. But I am going to tell you the story. So it's been kind of a, I wouldn't say a rough week, but I've been dealing with a lot of pain. As a matter of fact, shooting this video, I'm having shooting pains up my ass. Now, I've been good all day, but, you know, it's 10:30. I got to take a pill now. I'm going to take my Percocet. Well, it's not... Oh, there was a pain. Now, I'm going to talk about this while it's happening because this is good. I talked to Dougie. He said you just ignore that pain. I'm working on it. Oh, because he says he has 10 pains. Did a video about 10 pain, and we'll reconnect with that. So right now I'm going to call them 9.5 because I'm not passing out. And these are bad. These are really stabbing in my ass right now. Okay. A little better. Oh, okay. So let's finish up. Patricia, I love you, hon. I wish you were here because things are starting to straighten out. It's been 6 years since she has left us, has died. I just say died. And 2 years before that, she was sick, and I took care of her at home, and it was rough. So, although it wasn't that rough, I love her, and it was, might have been I'm not going to say the best 2 years of my life, but we made the best of it, and it was true love. So we'll maybe talk about it more. If you want, request it, and we'll shift it over to Patricia because she was amazing. So that's about it. 8 minutes. Wow. If you made it this far, thank you. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.